Hi friends, can you lose your green card if you and your spouse gets a divorce? That's the question that I'm going to talk about in this video. Stay tuned. Friends, thank you so very much for helping me to achieve 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. That's huge. And it's only because of you. Thank you so very much. You've been sharing my videos. You've been talking about McBean Immigration Law TV with others. And the channel is growing. And I so very much appreciate what you're doing. Please continue to do so. Spread the good word because we need good and smart immigration information. So let's just dive right in. So the question in this video is whether you can lose your green card if you get a divorce. Now, of course, I'm only talking about people who had obtained their green card in the first place because their wife or husband petitioned for them, right? And so the first thing you need to know right off the bat, what you need to know right from the very beginning is that if you entered into a fraudulent marriage, certainly you're at risk of losing the green card, right? If the government finds out that the marriage was fraudulent. I did a video on fraudulent marriages, and I'm going to put a link to that in this video because in that video I go into a lot of details about what a fraudulent marriage looks like and how you can protect yourself from getting into a fraudulent marriage. It's a very, very serious issue for immigration purposes, and so you want to stay away from that. If you had entered into a fraudulent marriage, you're at risk of having your green card revoked once the government finds out about the fraudulent marriage. And then certainly down the road, when you least expect it, when you're looking to become a U.S. citizen, when you're filing for naturalization down the road and you're now divorced, the government may get suspicious as to why you're divorced from your spouse. They will ask you to provide more evidence that your marriage in fact was bona fide. Okay, so in the beginning, certainly when you applied for a green card, you had to prove bona fide marriage or genuine marriage. When you're seeking naturalization later on and you're no longer married, the government will ask you to give them evidence that your marriage was in fact real over the years. That's one thing. Secondly, now if you had gotten your green card or your green card was approved and you're at the time that it was approved, you had been married less than 2 years, you received the conditional resident status or the 2-year green card. Now, as your 2-year expiration date, as you're nearing that 2-year expiration date, you and your spouse will need to file a joint petition so that you can get the 10-year green card. If you're not married at the time when you need to file that petition, which is the I-751 petition, the government is going to become extremely suspicious and you're going to have to seek a waiver of that joint filing requirement. For those of you who had been married less than 2 years at the time that you got the green card and then you guys get a divorce before you get the 10-year green card, you're facing an uphill battle in terms of being eligible for this waiver. It can get a little tricky at that point. So let's say you have your green card, you have your 10-year green card, and you guys get a divorce. Are you at risk at that point of losing your green card? Only if the marriage had been entered into fraudulently. That's when you're at risk of losing the green card. It's pretty much too late for your ex-partner, your ex-spouse to come after you and get your green card revoked. That's just not going to happen if you guys had a real marriage. Let me say that again. If you have your 10-year green card and you and your partner divorces at that point, there's not much that your ex-partner can do to get your green card revoked unless the marriage had been entered into fraudulently. Okay, so basically you're good to go. The divorce should not impact you at that point. I hope you found this video helpful. Please comment below and tell me what other questions you may have concerning this issue. Guys, don't forget to subscribe to McBean Immigration Law TV if you have not yet already done so. It and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.